24/7.
24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.
Wow, it's a blessed afternoon, and you're listening to Bold Moves Radio with me, Pastor Strike. This afternoon is the conversation, and I'll be in conversation with the Blue Cross host for this weekend, and that is none other but my sister Misaveni, Mhinga, and of course the president of the Blue Cross, Reverend Hlungwane, is not with us. Reverend C.H. Hlungwane is not with us, but we're hoping he can be able to connect and be with us. But it suffices for me to have our sister Misaveni Mhinga as we talk about the Blue Cross, and many of us are going to know more about the Blue Cross. And this it's a project within the Evangelical Presbyterian Church in South Africa, and we're going to hear more this afternoon. And I trust that you have a great afternoon wherever you are. Sister Misaveni, good afternoon, and how are you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon, Pastor. I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
Very well, thanks. Khensa swinene ku va hi ri swin'we nhlikani lowuwani hi ta vulavula hi timhaka leti ta nkoka leti ti nga ku endlekeni weekend leyiwani. Hi vulavula hi Blue Cross. Xana mi nga nyikanyana background ya Blue Cross leswaku loko hi vulavula hi Blue Cross yi sungule rini, naswona swikongomelonkulu swa yona hi swihi xana?
Inkomo, Pastor, inkomo eka vayingiseli. Good afternoon to everyone. Pastor, ntlawa wa Blue Cross i ntlawa lowu fanaka na ntlawa wa vamanana ekerekeni ya Evangelical Presbyterian, i ntlawa lowu fanaka na ntlawa wa madodana, i ntlawa lowu fanaka na ntlawa wa lavantshwa. Kambe wona focus ya wona ngopfu i ku languta na ku pfuna eka vamakwerhu lava va xanisiwaka hi swidzidziharisi within the church na le handle ka kereke. I ku languta ngopfu na ku khutaza leswaku vutomi byi kona without substance abuse. I ku languta futhi na ku tsundzuxa leswaku hi nga hanya vutomi bya ku va hi nga ri ku tiseketeleni hi swidzidziharisi, kambe hi tiseketela hi rito ra Xikwembu. Ku tlula kwalano, Pastor, i ntlawa lowu wu langutaka na le ka community, wu languta hi ndlela leyi wu nga pfunaka hi yona na ku kota ku tshinelela vamakwerhu lava hambiloko vona va nga ri ku tirhiseni ka swidzidziharisi, kambe ku na va vona lava va nga kusuhana na vona lava tirhisaka swidzidziharisi, ku va komba leswaku va nga kuma ku pfuneka naswona va nga kuma ku pfuneka hi ndlela yihi. I ntlawa lowu nga kona kerekeni, mfundhisi, i khale wu ri kona, wu na more than 30 years wu ri karhi wu exista. Ko va hi ku vanhu va wu chava hi ku ehleketa leswaku loko hi ya ka ntlawa luwa hi ta ahluriwa, hi ta jajiwa, hi ta langutiwa hi ndlela yo karhi, kambe i khale wu ri kona a kerekeni.
Wow, so beautiful, Sister Misaveni. I love it. Loko mi ku ri i khale wu ri kona, kambe wu ri kona wu te tano komba vanhu vo tala va chava kumbe wu stigmatized ku ri loko no kumeka ni ya aka wona swi vula leswaku kumbe vanhu vamakwerhu va ta ni avanyisa ku ni nyika swidzidziharisi kumbe sweswo swa ku taniya. Kasi ku vula ntiyiso hi mhaka ya nkoka swinene ku tiva leswaku loko ni ri na nkingha ni fanele ni huwelela ku pfuna, kambe a hi langutiseni masungulo ya wona. I ntlawa wa kahle swinene loko mi ku fana na madodana, u fana na ntlawa wa vamanana, twa swi ri kahle swinene ku va wu tikomba wu ri xiphemu lexi xi fikelelaka swilo leswi swi tikiselaka ku nga ri ntsena lava hi nga kerekeni na lava va nga handle a kerekeni. Naswona kama n'wana ni ta a kerekeni, kambe ni va ku ri a ni tshikeleriwile kumbe a ni tikeriwa hi timhaka ta swidzidziharisi and the like. A hi langutiseni loko wu sungula ti-pioneers ta wona, hambiloko nga yi ngopfu endzhaku, kambe xilo xikulukumba lexi a va langutise xona a ku ri yini, naswona over the years mu vone wu kula xana hambiloko na timhaka ta ti-challenge ta stigmatization.
Inkomo, Pastor, lava va nga wu sungula a va wu sungula hi ku languta swona sweswaku loko hi ri karhi hi hanya ku na leswi hi hlanganaka na swona leswi nkarhi wun'wana eku tikeriweni ka hina hi nga swi kotiki ku ya tshinelela vafundhisi ku va kombisa, hi nga swi kotiki ku tiphongelela hi hexe. Instead hi twa ingaku hi kota ngopfu ku kuma ku pfuneka loko hi ri karhi hi tirhisa swidzidziharisi. Kutani vasunguli va wona pastor a va wu sungulela swona leswaku wu ta pfuna. Eka wona ku ve na vafambisi va ku hambanahambana lava va nga wu rhangela kusukela ekusunguleni, va ve kona unfortunately van'wani va vona se Xikwembu xi va tekile, va ve kona va mfundhisi Mukwena ku wu rhangela, va ve kona va mfundhisi Mkhulu ku wu rhangela. Ina pastor ku fike nkarhi laha ntlawa wu nga endla ingaku wa titivala, kambe sweswi ni lava ku vula swona leswaku hi le ku voneni ka tinhlayo ta wona ti ri karhi ti tlakuka lembe na lembe. Loko hi va na ti-conference hi vona ku tlakuka ka ntlawa lowu. Eka malembe lama nga hundza na wona a wu tshikelelekile hi nkarhi wa COVID, vakreste lela endzhaku, kambe kusukela eka lembe leri nga hela loko hi ri karhi hi va na ti-conference a karhi ha swi vona leswaku vakreste va karhi va vuya na ku ya emahlweni va ri karhi va twisisa ntirho wa wona ntlawa lowu na ku wu tshinelela va va na interest swinene eka wona. Inkomu.
My wonderful viewers and listeners, I'm in conversation with my sister Misaveni Mhinga. She's the host, their parish is the host of the Blue Cross over this coming weekend. And the Blue Cross, like she said, is specifically one of the wings of the church, like the Women's Guild, the Men's Guild, but it is looking at supporting and helping people that are addicted to different substances. And of course, somebody might say, church and having that wing, it's like a rehab center. Yes, we need to have such places. Remember that the word of God did not say we must come when everything is okay. Matthew says, come to me all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So it's very much important as a church to have such programs or such fellowships where we are able to reach out, and not only to ourselves as the congregants, but also to our communities. And of course, some people, they come to church, they get born again, and they are addicted to some substance, and it's just fair to be able to come to an organization or a wing like that and be helped. And of course, as Misaveni says, that there's been sort of stigmatized and people do not really want to come forth openly and clearly. But I must say to us all, my viewers and listeners, is very much important, because hiding my weakness or hiding my challenge does not make it to go away. But it is only when I confront it where I'll be able to deal with it and where I'll be able to get help. In fact, the stigmatization, in most cases, it's us as a people. We stigmatize. Like somebody said, I think, it's a mental health specialist, Dr. Monica Andala. She said, people proudly say, I have a tooth problem. I'm going for an extraction of my teeth to the dentist. I have this and that and that. But when it comes to mental health, people are looked at as if something's wrong with them. But if you can concentrate your teeth, concentrate to any other member of your body or organ of your body, but leave the most important organ, which is the brain, and stigmatize going for mental health attention, that would be wrong. I think it's the same when it comes to issues of substance abuse. Misaveni, you're hosting the conference for 3 days this coming weekend as Chawela Parish, Hlungwane. What exactly is the theme of this year's conference?
Pastor, our theme for this year is coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40, where Jesus Christ says to people that whatever that you have done to my sisters, you have done to my brothers, it's as if you have done it to me. We are using that theme to say that let us go out and help those who need help. In that way, we will be doing Jesus Christ's work. So we would like to invite people to come and be with us during that time and listen to that theme. It is not the only topic that we're going to have. We're also going to have a topic, Pastor, where we will be talking about how COVID has impacted on people's lives. Some lost their jobs, some have lost their family members, and in that way, they end up resorting to substance abuse to treat the pain that they are facing at the moment. So we will talk about that and say to them, substance abuse is not the only solution when you are feeling pain. Come and join us. Come, let us link you to the rehabs. Come, let us link you to the groups which will be able to assist you. Also, as a church, during this conference, Pastor will be talking about how can the church reach out to people who are affected. As a church, we are inviting you also want to start having like groups that you can always go when you need help, groups within the church that you can always go to and seek help from them. So we invite people to come and join us so that they can hear exactly what we're doing and also get to learn and also get to be advised on how to deal with pain without resorting to substances. Thank you.
So, having said that, very much important. And let's look at teenagers. How do I come to know that a teenager is in substance abuse? And what would be the physical behavioral indicators? Because many a time, our children will also try these things, and sometimes they are introduced into drugs. But as a parent, or as a sibling, what are the behavioral changes that one can look at while we're looking at this? Because some people say, with me, everything's okay, but everything's okay. But the truth is that we don't know the indicators. Is there something that you can share with us around what are the indicators?
Yes, Pastor. On our previous conferences, we also learned and we've been taught that as parents, can you hear me?
Now you're okay.
Pastor,
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you, Sissy.
Okay, I was saying, Pastor, that it is. Yes, I was saying it is important for parents to observe their children's behaviors at most times. So a child will be home at time, like every day. The child never comes late or everything, but you get that the child starts being sensitive. The child starts doing like spending more time in their room. They do not want parents to enter there. They just become aggressive, not tell them anything. The mood is. Some just become happy, like parents have never seen them before in that mood. Some of them just becomes moody in such a way that they have never seen. But sometimes the parents, they just say, okay, my child is just observing the adolescent stage and never take that into recognition. Which is important for them that the moment that they see that their kids are changing their behavior, they need to engage with them to get to see what is happening. There is nothing wrong with a parent going into their children's bags to check what they are hiding, search what is in their bedroom. Because at times they can even bring those drugs home to use them at home, or sometimes they come home being toxic. So for parents, they don't need to relax. They just have to be active at all times and to check once they see that there's a behavioral change with their kids. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Cecile. Thank you so very much. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to be looking at exactly the speakers or people who will be addressing the conference. But allow me now just to take this quick commercial break. Friends, you're still listening to Bold Moves Radio, and we are in conversation with my sister, Misaveni Mhinga. They are the host of this year's Blue Cross project this coming weekend at Shawela Hlungwane Parish. Radio this afternoon, and I'm your host, Pastor Strike, and I'm in conversation with my sister, Misaveni, Mhinga. They are the hosts of the 2023 Blue Cross Project within the Evangelical Presbyterian Church of South Africa. And this Blue Cross project is specifically about supporting and helping those believers or those Christians and those brethren that are into substance abuse or that are addicted to different substances. And of course, it is a very just project, even when it comes to reaching out to our communities. You'll agree with me that today our communities are torn apart with drug and substance abuse. In fact, they are agents of these substances and these drugs, who seek to push it or to get our children addicted at a very young age. And it's a call for concern. We always know of the gang killings, the Cape Flats, where we're losing most of our young people because of drug dealers gangs. And this is a call for concern. But at the very same time, you don't just start and the next thing you are full blown. But there are things that will really push you to find yourself in substance abuse. Like my sister says, some of it is trying to cope with loss. Coming from COVID, we've lost loved ones. You might find that, hey, you want to try and cope with pain, cope with loss, cope with grief, but in the process, find yourself addicted. So it is it's a very just project to embark on. And we're so proud of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church in South Africa for having such a wing. And Sister Misaveni, I was still saying before we went for a commercial break, I was still saying we are going to be looking at who are the guest speakers. So we are going to be looking at the guest speakers, my dear sister, and if you are able to hear me, everything's okay. Just sit back and let's continue. And friends, thank you so very much for being with us on Bold Moves Radio this afternoon in conversation with my sister Misaveni Mhinga, looking at the Blue Cross. Sister Misaveni, who are the guests in this year's conference, if I may ask?
Thank you, Pastor. One of our guest speakers, it's Mrs. Basani Malambe, who is, she will be addressing us on how the church can assist people who are affected. How does the church form support groups? How do we go out and assist? She is Mrs. Basani Malambe. She's a mental health specialist. The other person that will be having, it's a Dr. Nechiadza, who is a doctor who will be addressing us on how not to dwell on substance abuse after being affected by COVID, like those who have lost their loved ones, those who are still not coping after COVID and opt to resort to using the substance abuse. So those are the two guest speakers that we'll be having. Other than that, we'll be also having spiritual revivals, which will be led by the Evangelical Presbyterian Church ministers. Will also be having Bible studies, which are also going to be led by the Evangelical Presbyterian Church ministers. Thank you.
So when we look at drugs or substance abuse, it's very, very rife in our communities today, and some of it we see it by children people beginning to sell almost everything in the house. And as the Blue Cross, are you working in partnership with government or social welfare department, or what are you doing, or how are you working together with government? And are there also programs that take some for rehabilitation, more especially those who confess and those who need help? What can you say about the Blue Cross? How far do you go as the Blue Cross?
Pastor, at the moment, like I indicated, that the guild is still growing. At the moment, the only thing that we are able to do is when we see that you need help, we are able to connect you to the nearest rehabilitation. At the moment, we are also looking at ways to form support groups within the church so that we are able to assist people properly before taking them to the rehabs. We have contact with people like Sanka. We'll also be having guests from Sanka this weekend who will be there to come and also like give us an idea of what they are doing on daily basis, also be able to tell us how do we recognize those people. We are also going to be having recovering addicts who will be talking to us during this session. As in for partnershiping with the government, Pastor, we are still looking at ways and also trying to grow within us so that we can go out and have that partnership with the government. But if I might say to you today, Pastor, that is on the pipeline. We are having discussions like that. We want to have partnerships with the government. Also, on Sunday morning, we are going to have a march to go to Moroka police station, where we are going to say to them, look, we are a church and we have this guild which is saying no to substance abuse. We would like to have a partnership with you guys within this area in Soweto, so that whenever there are rallies that you are having about substance abuse, we want to be there. We want to come and learn more. We also want to be able to be in contact with you should we need assistance. Thank you.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And if I may ask, Misaveni, I know it is within the Presbyterian Church, the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, but is it open for other congregations or other churches? Is it open for the community, or is it still within the church? Who exactly are welcome in this conference, most especially this coming weekend?
Any person is welcome, Pastor. The reason why we came to Bold Moves is to come and say, come and join us, come and see what we're doing, come so that we can meet and be able to partner with you. Because we understand that other churches also have the same guild or something more or less to this guild, but because we do not know each other, like I have said from the start, that the guild is being stigmatized. In also some other churches, it is also stigmatized. So we are saying, come, let us join hands and work together. And for us to do that, it's for them to come forward this weekend to come and join us during the conference, so that we can be able to take the relationship further in helping the community. Thank you.
That's beautiful. And let's talk about the pros and cons. Is there a registration, or how do people contact you, and how will it, the times, what time is it starting, until what time? Like you said, there will be a march to the police station also to seek for partnership with SAPS. What are the details of the conference?
Pastor, for them to get more details about the conference, they can contact myself, Misaveni Mhinga, at 082-946-0135. They can also email me at mingam@gmail.com to get more details about the march, to get more details about the program that will be taking place on Saturday, because that's where we're going to have more speakers, to get more details about the spiritual revival that we'll be having tomorrow as well.
Oh, that's beautiful. So it's starting tomorrow, and there will be also spiritual revival. And maybe from the office of the president of the Blue Cross, any information or anything that you have for us?
If they want to get in contact with the president, they can also contact him at this number that I'm about to share with you. I am definitely sure that he will be able to assist. He will be able to communicate with them and give them more details, probably more especially if it's ministers who want to talk to another minister to get to understand what is happening. They can contact Reverend C.H. Hlungwane, who is the president, at 073-415-4279.
Okay, let me see if I can capture that. It's Reverend C.H. Hlungwane, and okay, my dear viewers and listeners, let me just capture this. Reverend C.H.
Hlungwane.
And then the number is 073
415
115 and
4279.
4279. Okay, let me. And will you please repeat your numbers, Misaveni, also, so that we are able to capture it?
It's
Yes.
082
082
946
946
0135.
0135. And that is Misaveni. Any other information, my dear sister, that you would love to share with us, because it's such an honor for us as Bold Moves Radio to make sure that projects like this, very important projects like this, are really given mileage, so that men and women know that you cannot die in your own corner, but there are people that are ready not to judge you, but are ready to help you, are ready to give you a shoulder to lean on. And also, like you said, there will be some ex-drug addicts, or who are set free, people that are set free from drug addiction, which comes in very handy. I must tell you, Misaveni, I was listening to one of my sisters, Erica, talking about how she was delivered from satanic activities. And when you listen to that, it's really encouraging, it's really uplifting, and you realize that it's possible, I can come out. But as long as you're still in your own corner, you think, what can I do? And you think nobody cares. And sometimes, like, I love it when you say you're also going to be looking at the impact of COVID-19, because COVID-19 was a real setback, and it really did us great harm when it comes to the loss of loved ones. And trying to cope with that, I must be honest, it has not been easy. That is why let us be merciful to each other, and let us be understanding. And I must say, family, I must say, Bold Moves Radio lovers and followers, I must say to us, if we don't deal with it while it's still next door, it's coming home, unfortunately. It's time we become neighborly. It's time we become vigilant. It's time we make sure that what we say is strong. It's time we don't say Tidekamboshan, but know that if I don't do something, so that's the attitude we should be having. And I would love just to applaud the president of the Blue Cross, President Reverend C.H. Hlungwane, kundisike sasnene pfumela leswaku migingiriko leyiwani ta ya amahlweni yi khumba vutomi bya vanhu, yi pfuna vanhu vo tala loko hi langutisile aka timhaka ta ku tshunxeka, eka timhaka ta switsotsi, swidzidziharisi ni hinkwaswo leswi tlhantlhelelaka mindyangu. Today we've got a lot of our children dropping out of school, dropping out of varsity, not because they wanted to. Those who introduce drugs and the like, they are very shrewd. That's why most of our artists or our entertainers, most of them, they got themselves into substance addictions, not willingly, but it was a way of, like, they are being helped, they are being uplifted, and the next thing they found themselves plunged into things that they cannot even know how to get out. But we trust that with Blue Cross activities like this weekend at Shawela, Hlungwane Parish, I want to say, let us be there. Those who are closer to Hlungwane or to Hlungwane Parish, let us be there and let us make it work. Let us make it alive, so that we're like the Nehemiahs of our generation and our times. Nehemiah said, let us arise and build the wall of Jerusalem, that we be no more a reproach. So the Blue Cross is saying, let us arise, let us strengthen our hands for the good work, so that we be no more a reproach. And I would love to say to somebody, if somebody made you feel stigmatized by your condition, I want you to know, seek for help, get help, and God will bless you. And I tell you, your life will be better after that. I just want my sister Misaveni to give us some parting shots this afternoon. What is it that you'd love to say this afternoon, Sister Misaveni, even as we round up our conversation this afternoon?
I would like to say to the listeners, Pastor, that they should come and join us this weekend. We will be meeting at our parish Hlungwane, which is in Shawelo. Our address is 991 Koza Street in Shawelo. It's closer to the Lutheran Church, also closer to the Shawela Clinic. We also want to say, Pastor, even if they don't make it to the conference, they can be in contact with us if they need any assistance when it comes to substance abuse. Again, Pastor, this Blue Cross, it's all over. We've got 8 presbyteries as Evangelical Presbyterian Church, which is we've got at Lepompo, we've got in Mpumalanga, there's Bushbuckridge, around Gauteng, there's Johannesburg, we've got Pretoria. So they can be in contact with us in all these branches that I have mentioned, that this guild is there. So if they need help, they should just reach out to that. And lastly, Pastor, I would like to say that as a guild, we've got our motto where we say that we are not fighting against anyone, but we are fighting against substance abuse, which is coming from the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. And then we say, Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you so very much, Sister Misaveni. Very true. And I just want to take this time and appreciate you and the Blue Cross family and the Evangelical Presbyterian Church in South Africa family, because I must be honest, as the church, we need to be relevant. Our communities today are rigged with drug and substance abuse, and you were saying, you want to also look at the impact of COVID-19. They came out to cope with grief and loss of loved ones. They resorted into using things that now are a problem to them. And that's just very, very important. And I just want to say once more, on behalf of Bold Moves Radio team, thank you so very much. And anytime, Sister Misaveni, you have something that is nation building, that's kingdom advancing, we are available to take it to the broader audience. And like you said, that this guild is in all the provinces or wherever the Evangelical Presbyterian is, it is there. And we're saying thank you so very much and a blessed afternoon to you, my sister, and to the team. We wish you all the best. Online. But thank you so very much, sister, and we will be interacting even going forward. And when it's happening this side, more especially Alaba Hlungwane, let us know also, because we really love to be part of it. Into fine, and can never let so I saw something take Amboshan and Nabushaka Kawa Makwero, well, she Takawa Makwero, Shita Akawa Wena. So it's very much important for us to be gracious and to be kind to each other, to reach out to each other and to help each other. Thank you so very much, Sister Misaveni, and a blessed afternoon to you.
Thank you very much, Pastor, and thank you for hosting us. Logo technology inga ikoledi eta merumela link ya the live streaming ya conference is Saturday and also is Sunday. Logo technology yetu kai ikolerile eta merumela yona later, though it won't be live by then. Ingomu, Pastor.
We'll really appreciate that, Sister Misaveni. We'll really appreciate that, because we can, with your permission, also be able to beam it and let it out within the broader audience. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Pastor Inkomo. Be blessed. Thank you.
right. Thank you so very much, family. I really appreciate. But before I sign off, I would love to say, hey, Abigail Arise Women Empowerment Conference is taking place. It's starting tonight. Ladies, where are you? Come and have a great time. Come and enjoy yourselves. I must be honest, it's going to be happening. And ladies are ready. Remember, the theme for this year is be a mentor, have a mentor. Very crucial, very important. I want you to know, if you see successful people in any sphere of life, they have got coaches, they have got people, they are being mentored. And I must be honest, I sit here with my gray hair. I have mentors also. There are people who speak over my life. You know, there are people who help me. I don't know it all. There are people that are ahead of me, and I look up to them and they help me. And of course, there are people that are looking up to me, and I'm picking them up so that where I am, they can be, and even further. So thank you so very much, Abigail Arise Women Empowerment Conference. And I'm saying it's happening. Everything's ready, and they are about to take off tonight. And don't miss it. We'll be bringing it to you, of course, online. Those of you who are far from Hlungwane, thank you so very much. A blessed afternoon to you. Meet you 6 o'clock when we go for Abigail Arise Women Empowerment Conference.